What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Muslim Gamer, and today I'm back with another episode of account coaching series. Today we have amazing updates for you all, and that is that we are entering KvK this week for my restart project. That's right. In 3 days and 21 hours, we're going to enter a new KvK, our very first KvK for my restart account. Am I ready? I'm not too sure. Let's go ahead and check out what I have for preparation for my KvK1. Now, in terms of the main preparation for this, let's first talk about VIP points and how many days I played on this account. I'm in 94 days, 95 days, because the reset actually just happened, but it's supposed to be 94 days. This video usually comes out every week. Last update was on 87th day, so just consider that number to be 94. I was in 94 days to this account, and I'm currently sitting on 705,000 VIP points. That means I am currently 45,000 gems away from hitting VIP 14. Now, I know that it is kind of difficult for me to decide whether or not I should actually go for YSG max pool on the Wheel of Fortune versus actually staying with VIP 14, because I'm like only 7,000, 6,000 gems away from actually hitting VIP 14, given the fact that I am currently sitting on 38,000 gems, right? Now, as important as it is for me to hit VIP 14 is, in my opinion, I think the first Wheel of Fortune for YSG is actually a little bit more important for my account's progress. Especially because I am actually thinking about making this account into an Archer main account. And I've been saving up every single gold head that I've been getting since day one. I haven't wasted a single gold head from day one of this account's age, and I am sitting on 516 gold heads as of today, as we are entering the 94th day of this account. Now, 516 gold heads is a lot for someone who is at my account's level and account's age, but it is by far not enough for me to actually expertise YSG right away, even if I max pull the first 100 pulls for YSG. But I still think it is worth it for me to at least pull 100 times for YSG in the upcoming Wheel of Fortune and try to see if I can get as many gold heads as possible. I think I still have like about a week until the YSG Wheels comes around. So from today to until I actually have YSG Wheel coming up to the game, I'm gonna actually see if I can save up as much gold as possible so that once I actually spin all my gems away for the YSG Wheel, I am hoping that I can actually get YSG expertise. Fingers crossed, right? Now I'm also actually getting the dailies for the MetMed. You can see that I've been on MetMed dailies for a while. I'm currently sitting on 5411 MetMed with 10 gold as away for MetMed. Now, if I get lucky in between now and whenever I actually do have MetMed up and running, and the fight actually happens, I might be able to bring MedMed into the fight with 5511. At that point, I'll see if I can actually make MedMed my secondary to YSG instead of using Tutmos. But then again, I think EXP is going to be the biggest problem then, because I've been investing every single EXP book that I get to Tutmos the third so far. That means I have all the talents that I want on this commander versus like YSG that I haven't even unlocked yet. So we'll see how that goes. Eventually, my plan is still the same, as get as many gold heads as possible for MetMed so that I can have him 5555, so I can swap him away to Season of Conquest commander once I enter KvK Season 3. And also at the same time, Tutmos will be my next target for me to put all the gold heads into him so that I can actually eventually swap him out to either Qin Shi Huang or whatever is meta at that time when I do switch over in KvK3. So that's the plan. I might switch off the dailies to Richard the First because he's coming hot in 4 days. Just so that I can get him to 5111. We'll see how that goes, but yeah, Richard the First is really, really good in KvK1, especially when you're thinking about chaining barbs. And having him 5111 is absolutely going to make night and day difference between having him used for the barb chaining and whatnot. And as a very small spender, I wouldn't say very small spender, but as a small spender account for this, I would say, hey, like having Richard 5111 is actually not a bad idea. So we'll see how that goes. If that means my Medmet is going to not get enough heads, I'll need to think about it, but let's see. Let's see. In terms of the number of troops that I have for the upcoming KvK, I have tried to get as many of the T4 archers trained as possible. I have 187,000. We have training day happening for the pre-KvK stage at this very moment. So that means I might actually train enough archers so that I have some spare once I do actually go into fights. Who knows? Yeah, I'll see if I can get some trainings in so that I can get that extra gems as well as the gold keys and all those speed ups and resources that I have in between. In terms of infantry and cavalry, I am lacking a little bit, but this account is usually just maining for archers at this point. So we'll see. We'll see how far I go with infantry and cavalry until the fight starts. I am going to try to see if I can get T3s upgraded to T4 as much as possible. Let's see if that could work for the field fight at the end of the day. Now, one thing that I do have update on is my gear for my marches. My Tutmost gear is actually looking pretty good. It is currently sitting at the Dragon Breath helmet, the one that took absolutely crazy amount of gems and just for one blueprint. During the egg event, and then I did go through the dig event. I'll show you in a bit, but I'm currently sitting on the critted archer health commander's heavy armor just because I do have the revival. I did have the revival chest piece, but then again it didn't crit, and once it's not critted, it's not going to give you more value than 8% health as far as what I can tell. I think it gave like 7.5% defense or something like that. It is by far not worth sacrificing 8% health. So I'm sitting on the blue pieces, and I actually pulled the archaeology event, the dig event, actually for the chest piece because it gives you the most amount of health at the end of the day. And I will show you where I'm at with that in a second. And I did craft Revival Gauntlet from the dig event, the blueprint from the purple, and I did crit it, which was absolutely crazy. 6% archer attack. And also, I have that paired up with Revival Greaves, which will give me 7.5% archer defense. Also very, very crazy. And I do have Flame Tress critted, which means that I'm sitting on 7.5% archer health, which is going to be really, really good for my field, especially for someone at my power level who is going to miss a lot of stats. I do have Golden Age sitting at 75 out of 100 for critted. It is what it is. I couldn't get another blueprint for this. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see if we get lucky enough so that I can actually crit this before the fight. But we're sitting on that right now. I'm also sitting on D-Line's Amulet for the less counterattack damage taken. I might eventually give this to a Siege March in the future, but right now it's sitting on my Archer because I don't have any other accessories at this point. I might actually change this to Flag once I get my hands on it, but for now it's sitting on my Archer March at the end of the day. And also, critted Silent Trial. I don't think a lot of people actually have Silent Trial critted, so I'm super, super lucky with this. I'm very happy with what I have for archers. All in all, I'm sitting at about 20% archer attack with the troop attack 3% added with the revival set, 20.5% defense and 15.5% health For what this account is, I think it is absolutely good. If I have, let's say, YSG added behind Tutmos, I think this march would do pretty well. Now, I'm currently running Tutmos with Kusanagi, but then again, Kusanagi is just a temporary solution until I do have YSG. Then I might actually put Kusanagi behind, let's say, MetMed, so that I can actually use MetMed. Who knows? I don't have a decision on that yet, but that's where I'm sitting at right now. For my infantry, is sitting on the basic gear. It's currently sitting at what? That's 14.5, 19.5, and then 34.5, 35% stats overall. Not too bad, not too great. It has critic blue show, which is really, really good. But everything else is very, very mid, very weak, I would say. He's currently paired out with meds for the maximum damage. Maybe if I do get Richard at 5111, I'll actually have him paired up with Sun Tzu, which is gonna do well in KvK1, in my opinion. So we'll see where that goes. And my Minamoto, which is my cavalry march, is sitting on cavalry gear, which is really, really good in value overall. It's gonna give me what, 9.5% cavalry attack, 9.5%, so that is 19%, 41.5% total stats overall, which is really good on top of some march speed. But it is actually sitting at 5411 just because of the fact that this is not a cavalry main account, right? So I'm gonna use him with expertise by bars in the field for the maximum damage output. But if I don't have troops for them, I might not even use it. Let's see. So those are the gears that I have on the 3 marches that I'm currently using for the majority of the time on the field or while I'm doing some quests and whatnot. Tutmos is in a good place, I'll say, but everything else does need a little bit of work. And that's where I am with all the things that I have. In terms of blueprints, as I told you, I did the dig event for the chess piece. I was only able to clear up to 10th floor. That means I only got 2 chances of pull 8 pieces of the Dragon Breath chess piece. And I had 13 blueprint fragment choice chests from events and Lucifer's Scroll. That means I'm missing 1 blueprint fragment for me to actually complete this Dragon Breath plate. I was hoping that the Cerealis event that I just finished today will give me 1 chess piece blueprint choice chess, but unfortunately it didn't. So I'll see if I will get 1 piece over the course of next whatever months or weeks. The worst case scenario is that I do gem for the VIP shop for Archer, which I don't think I'll do ever. Random Archer blueprint fragment chests. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever do that because I do need every single gems invested into something else. So that's where I'm at with the blueprints. And everything else I think is already crafted. I do have some pieces for from like events and whatnot, but then again, yeah, it is what it is. And for this, I might actually craft one for either cavalry or infantry. Let's see where that goes with this. But then again, I'm still mainly focusing on having 1 usable march that's going to be archer. And that's what I have. And in terms of technology, I'm actually sitting pretty well with technology. For KvK1, I have masonry and building speed, and then the research all the way. So all the economies related to researches are all done and buildings. And I'm sitting at the small 3 on the 10th, level 10 of herbal medicine, which is actually pretty crazy. I do need a lot of speed ups for me to complete that, but it is what it is. Combat tactics at 6, defensive formation at 8, and then I do have the T4 archer attack and defense researches all the way up to 8, which means that my archers will actually do pretty decent job on the field, I would say. I think this only goes up to 9 as far as what I know until you actually have what's this called? The research center at 25. So it is in a pretty good space. I did try to focus on getting as much health as possible. I'm sitting on 5%, level 5 of the big three. And that's going to give me 5% of stats each and every one of them. Encampment still waiting for this, but then again, this needs all the small threes completed. The cartography, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully, I think over the course of the next couple of weeks, when the Zenith of Power drops, hopefully the kingdom will push. All the whales in the kingdoms that will actually push, and I'll be able to benefit from staying in the same alliance as them with the gold chest, so that I can actually complete more researches. But for my accounts, like kind of level and the placement, you know, of where I'm at within the kingdom, I think I have a pretty decent researches done, specifically for archers. The reason why my power is so low is because I didn't do any other researches for my infantry and cavalry. You can see that, like, yeah, I'm missing a lot of researches for infantry and cavalry. That's why I might just run one march with archer. Although I do have T4s unlocked for each of those units. So yeah, so that's basically what I have for you today. Again, we have the KvK starting in 3 days and half-ish. So we'll see. Modern event was decent. I didn't do a whole lot, but I did try to get as much as possible. Once we get into the KvK map, though, I'll see if I can chain more once I do have my hands on YSG with Richard, so that I'll be able to get as much, speed ups and whatnot, as well as arrow resistance, so that I can level up the watchtower as well as the castle. Once I'm done, once I'm done with VIP 14 and YSG, most of my gems will most likely go into getting the castle level 25, so I can eventually hit research center level 25. I don't know if I will unlock T5 because I think that's a little bit of overkill for this account. We'll see, but this account looks pretty strong for what it is. Like among all 15 million power players, I think I'm probably one of the stronger ones, especially for my archer. So let's see how that goes. Hopefully, I'll be able to give you some good news with how well I do with the KvK fight. Among the kingdom, though, I'm probably one of the weaker people. So on the restart account, I mean, it's a restart account, right? It's not my main account, so I'm not too embarrassed about it. But let's see how that goes. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed today's update. Yeah, we have an exciting week coming up for the next couple of days, so please stay tuned. I might do some live stream for my restart exclusively, so that I have my KvK showcase there. The funny thing is that my mains KvK is about to start. I think we're entering the KvK map like tomorrow or the day after. So my main is also getting into KvK, so that means I have to go back and forth between my main and my restart project to see if I can get as much of the crystal technology on my main done, and also at the same time some barbs here as well. So it's gonna be crazy KvK, I will say. But exciting week for those of you who are watching me and following me at the end of the day. All right, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'll keep you updated, and I'll see you all in the next video. All right, peace.